hot pockets.
Shaw Road to the Grey Cup continues. Friday Night Football. Our live mic broadcast. Rough Riders and the Red Blacks, the nation's capital. TSN 1, 3, 4, and 5, and it's available in 4K. Back here in Montreal. Just under 6 minutes to play. First quarter. 7-0 Alouette lead. Willie stands in and fires to Torrey Gurley right at the midfield stripe. Drew Willie excited about this week after some preps and reps.
Got a full week of practice in, able to throw to our starting guys in the receiving core, and just really get to work with the first offense was great. So it's a process, but I feel like I'm ready to go. There's a lot of things that I'll be able to improve on in the weeks to come, but right now I need to do everything I can to make sure I'm sharp out there.
Brandon Whitaker fumbled the football, and it is scooped up by the Alouettes. Raymond Taylor, Johnny on the spot, and Brandon Whitaker, after a great run, had the first down and some extra yardage. And Taylor with his first fumble recovery in the Canadian Football League.
It's a textbook punch out here by Kai Bear. Wrap up around the waist. Saw that right arm swing and punch that ball loose.
Kai Bear, so many years of doing that. Forces the fumble. And the Alouettes all going right for them here in this opening frame. And a souvenir for Raymond Taylor.
Fly around me, please.
Angry Bird does it again. It's worth more when Cato back at it. 4 receiver set. Will keep it on the turf. Running play this time. Last year's rushing leader, who's been banged up this year, Terrell Sutton. Here's the offense for Rakeem Cato.
And Sutton, we'll see, quite frankly, how much action he gets as they've been going vertical to that receiving core. As you've seen, Kenny Stafford will also be a part of that when they go to the 5 receiver set. Started that same offensive line, same quintet every game this season.
Like you said, they've been throwing the football 5 of 6, 93 for Cato. Now time, here comes the rush, and Sean Lemon has his 11th sack on the season, his 11th sack in his last 11 games, and another Lemon drop.
Well, no question, Sean Lemon has found home here in a Toronto Argonaut uniform. A guy who's bounced around the league over the course of his career, traded from Saskatchewan earlier this season. He has been a monster, providing the Argos with some heat off the edge.
Deontay Spencer had a nice return last time, 40-yarder, and that's been a cause for concern for the Argonauts this season. Farah had a 68-yard boot. There's a flag on the play. But prior to this game, there haven't been many, if any, good returns by the Argos, who were known for having great returns.
While the ball was in flight, holding, Toronto, number 7, 10-yard penalty, first down.
And this return negated by penalty.
They had Deontay Spencer's longest return prior to that one. Had been a 15-yard return, averaging just about 6 yards a return since taking over those duties from veteran Larry Taylor.
Starting point now, the 35 for the Argos. Trying to keep pace in the CFL East. Willie's got time. Pocket closed down, and he was tossed, and there's a 15-yard penalty coming. Alan Michael Cash tossed Drew Willie. It looked like it was Gabe Napton. May have thrown him down at the last minute.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they call it. You've got 2 guys.
Major foul,
Cash
roughing
and
the
Napton.
passer, Montreal, 55. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It looked to me like Cash might have come in a little bit high.
And then Napton threw him down. Tag team. And that.
Yeah, certainly the extra finish on Napton, the cause for the flag there.
Captain on the sideline now, that 3-4 defense for the Alouettes. Play action out of the backfield, and Elliott is caught, going nowhere.
That's the rookie Greg Henderson coming up to make that tackle. Yet another young guy in the secondary. He's found his way into the starting lineup after an injury to Billy Parker. Nice job shutting that one down.
Second down conversion again for the Argos. Lots of time. Willie now has to roll and throws. It's a first down. He finds the diminutive Deontay Spencer. East State product, hauls it in. 50th catch on the season.
Yeah, maybe diminutive, but not in terms of his production this year. Become a real go-to guy in this Toronto Argonaut offense.
Positive second down conversion for the Argos last week. 15 of 20 second down conversion chances. We're more than 2nd and 7. You put yourself in that situation, it makes it so hard as Anthony Coombs scoots out near the first down marker. So hard on 2nd and long to continuously move those sticks. Last week they were 2 for 15.
And this is where you want to find yourself. You need that good first down production. 2nd and short, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2. An offense can work and be successful. Have some continuity doing that, but as you said, not 2nd and 1.
Back comes Lefevre. And Lefevre will get the first down and then gets hauled down again. Dan Lefevre, who came in relief of Ricky Ray and Logan Kilgore and got a win, emotional win for him. First win in quite some time, and then struggled after that for the Argos, precipitating the change to Drew Willie. Second half last week and into this week. There's Ricky Ray getting closer every day to returning. Then the Argos have more decisions to make. Willie stepping up now, tucks it, and will slide down, gets half the first down yardage up near the 32-yard line. It's not really part of his MO, Drew Willie, but decides to take it.
Drew Willie's a reasonably athletic guy in terms of mobility, but definitely a pass-first quarterback, a guy who's only going to look to take off when he really needs to.
Barring penalty, final play, opening quarter. 2nd and 6. Willie fires, and that pass over the head of the intended target, Kevin Elliott. First quarter complete, and all the action came on the first series.
CFL. Ooh, where else would you rather be?
Right here, right now in Montreal. 7-0 Alouettes after 1. It has been a highly emotional week in the Canadian Football League following the tragic shooting death of Mylan Hicks, the Calgary Stampeder defensive back who was not part of the active roster but certainly touched many lives, including a couple of former college teammates.
Mylan, man, that was my boy. We played about 3 years together in college. Played DB for us at Michigan State. Like I said, to get the news was crazy. I didn't even know. I knew something had happened. Found out at practice. I didn't know. I had no words. I was lost for it. He was a kid that never gave up. Real aggressive kid. Great ball player, man. Just never take no for an answer. Savage out there. Great player, man. Just love the kid, man. That's my boy.
Good memories. You know, there was never a bad memory of Mylan. You know, he was a happy guy that, you know, kind of was in the same situation I was at, you know, played with a chip on his shoulder and, you know, felt like he had something to prove. And, you know, I felt like he did prove that. He proved a lot of, you know, people wrong. He came from, you know, a rough part of town and, you know, he worked his way up to play professional football. And, you know, that's a dream come true.
Kyler Ellsworth, B.J. Cunningham, former Michigan State Spartans. Never forget Mylan Hicks passed away last week. They're in Hairolahu. Boots the field goal. Calgary Stampeders game in Hamilton yesterday, full of emotion for the Stamps and certainly for anybody whose life was touched by Mylan Hicks. Such a senseless tragedy in so many ways and touching so many players. Last night, Michigan State played against Indiana. They had their own tribute to Mylan Hicks. They were wearing black shoes and black socks, something that he liked to do, and he used to wear number 6 in college.
As you said, senseless, completely senseless tragedy. The one that has brought this football fraternity a little bit closer, it seems, this week.
Saw the Stamps win yesterday, and Jerome Messam, who was very close to Mylan Hicks. Tribute to him. Touchdown. There was a prayer circle afterwards, a moment of silence before every game this weekend. So certainly our condolences to the family and friends. That fraternity, Mylan Hicks. Forrest Daniels touchdown last night. They kept the football as a souvenir. We'll give it to Mylan's mom, Renee. Spoke with the Stampeders this week. Steph Logan at his 5-yard line. Logan now runs into a teammate and is still on his feet. Foot race now, and he's finally brought down. We have seen some exciting punt returns. Had Steph Logan not run into the back of an Alouette, he was gone. 70-yard return. Great starting point for Rakeem Cato.
Well, he gets up and behind that wedge, they kick out. He's got a lane inside. Teammate gets in the way, he just runs him down.
Marcus Alford eventually bringing him down, and this Alouette team is not looking like a 3-9 football team right now.
No, there seems to be a new attitude, new enthusiasm here. You know, and the great start that they had to this football game, I think, certainly helps people buy in.
Whoa, Rakeem Cato almost lost his head there. The Argos were bringing it.
The heat came from all over the place. On that time, Lemon and Foley off the edges. Linebacker Marshall McFadden blitzing up the middle.
All you can do here is duck, get down.
And McFadden had that delayed blitz, completely untouched to the quarterback.
Cato deep drop this time, little bubble screen, and once again, the Argo D comes up with a huge lick on Nick Lewis. What a shot from Brian Hall on Nick Lewis.
Well, Brian Hall sniffed this one out, that the screen was coming. The Argos got initial pressure here. Tracy Robertson on the inside. He gets in there, and just as he gets to the quarterback, he kind of realizes, I think something's happening. Fortunately, Brian Hall perfectly positioned to make the tackle.
Great Argo defense this time. Big kick from Farah once more. Spencer smothered near the 16. Flag on the play, we'll sort that out, but already some hard hitting going on, and a guy who's used to delivering some hits. Is the hit E this time? Big shot. At 9 only on HBO Canada. It has been a West world in the Canadian Football League. West Division teams won 10 straight interdivisional games. West leads East this season 18-8. We saw some early Eastern domination in interdivisional games. That's changed. Is there any rhyme or reason in your mind why the West is so good right now?
Well, I think a lot of it, quite frankly, comes from the pressure that exists just to compete in the West, right? Because it's this division-based playoff format, for better or worse, you're going to target the top teams in your division when you're trying to build your team and trying to match match up with somebody. But what that West dominance means, very positive thing for both these teams, the Toronto Argonauts. With 5 wins, just 1 win behind Ottawa and Hamilton, who both lost yesterday.
Montreal still in 2. Willie in trouble, throws over the top, right into traffic. Bear Woods bearing down on Alexandre Dupuis. And this is all going to depend on the spot. And it looks like it's very close to a first down. Yes, they'll move those markers.
Well, Dupuis getting lots of snaps this season offensively for the Argos. Fullback by trade, who will frequently line up also as a tight end.
We a former Montreal Carabin. Willie, pocket closing though, gets it out to Whitaker. Brandon Whitaker tripped over the 17-yard line. He knows it. Otherwise, he had daylight. A one-on-one battle, and the feet were moving, the mind wasn't.
Well, and you're going to see in this situation just how much open territory there is for Brandon Whitaker. He ends up kind of as the only receiver. On this side, the 2 wideouts clear. Defense completely drops deep. When he catches that ball, there's not a defender within 15 yards of him.
Second and short yardage once more. Dupuis in motion with Whitaker. They give it, and the take by Dan Lefevre. Again on short yardage, and Lefevre coming in on these running series. Back comes Drew Willie, and Lefevre does the job once more.
Well, I love the creativity from the Toronto Argonauts from an offensive point of view here. You recognize what the skill sets are of your players. Dan Lefevre is a guy they didn't have at the start of the year. You've got a veteran guy with this skill set. You take advantage of it as an offensive weapon. Nice changeup from Drew Willie at that spot.
Lefevre's actually had 4 or 5 touches already in this ballgame. Here we are in the second quarter, and Willie's going to change the play on a double tight end set. He's looking on an outside pattern here and unable to hang on. Is another fullback, Declan Cross. Former McMaster Marauder and a 4th-round pick this year for the Argos.
Yeah, Cross 27th overall. A guy, again, much like Dupuis, they'll often be in the game together. The 2 Argo fullbacks, whether they're loading up for protection or for the run game. You've got to use that key breaker sometimes, get those guys involved. We saw the throw earlier to Dupuis.
Willie now. Outside Andre Dury, a nice cutback and another, and gets the first down with a second effort. Andre Dury's first touch, and he's got 13 yards and another Toronto Argonaut first down.
Andre Dury, the inside receiver. That 3-man set to the field. Defense drops off in zone, so you see he just settles down. No need to go sprinting out to the sideline on your flat when nobody's covering. You settle it down in space. That allows him to work back inside and run after the catch.
Corey Gurley had a nice block there too. Some confusion in the backfield, but it works for the Argos, who hand it off this time to Andre Dury, who hasn't seen the football as much this season as in seasons past. Again, a guy who's been riddled with injuries through his career. There's the offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady.
Already 7 different Argos have caught passes in this ball game. Declan Cross, an 8th, also targeted.
Drew Willie spreading the wealth. Second and about 4. Drops it in for another first down. Kenny Shaw as his first reception. Shaw did not play. Last-minute scratch last week against the Red Blacks.
Well, add another receiver to Drew Willie's hit list in this ball game as he goes to Kenny Shaw. Shaw coming into this ball game, 58 catches on the season.
Argos have been good on second down. Willie Over to Torrey Gurley. So another second down conversion coming up, and they've been 4 for 4 on this drive. Trying to take a deeper shot that time. South Carolina product, Torrey Gurley.
He and Drew Willie connected. A big gainer last week. Set the Argos up deep in Ottawa territory. I think that one just got away from Willie on his release.
Willie with those white gloves barks out the signal. Here comes the heat again. And Willie over the top, and it's picked off. Javon Johnson. Second interception of the season for Double J. Turnover Argos in a 4-point. Right place, right time again for Javon Johnson. Career INT 31.
Yeah, this is one just a little bit overthrown. Just Deontay Spencer goes up for it. It's just at the very top of his jump through the fingertips. Javon Johnson. You know, I mean, he's got a little work to do to get back to his usual stats. Whoever thought that we'd have Javon Johnson with more sacks than interceptions in the season?
5 sacks, 2 picks. Says a lot, too, about the Montreal D. They're always bringing some heat, and there's a late flag here on the tackle as Sutton rambled there for 5 yards.
Major foul, face mask, Toronto, number 27, 15-yard penalty from the end of the play, automatic first down.
Just at the end of the play.
You'll see the left hand. The linebacker McFadden comes up, grabbing that face mask.
Yeah, Corey Greenwood in on the tackle, but the penalty by McFadden. Greenwood back in the lineup for the Argos after being on the 6-game IL. First down again. Argos jumped there, but back on side. They swing it out in the backfield. And there goes B.J. Cunningham for another Alouette first down.
Cunningham has been one of the positive stories in what's been a tough Montreal Alouette season, particularly offensively. Second-year Alouette really getting his opportunity when S.J. Green was injured early in the year. He's found his stride in recent weeks. Starting to develop a little bit of a rapport with new quarterback Rakeen Cato.
Cato again, guns it over the middle. And the rapport continues. Cunningham, the former Spartan, as we mentioned earlier, I'm sure a lot of emotion this game. Learning the death of his friend Mylon Hicks last week. Cunningham, a former 6th-round pick of the Miami Dolphins back in 2012. Close to the red zone. Now the Argos. I guess it's a statistical anomaly, but here are two teams that just don't put a lot of points on the board and have struggled offensively. But in the red zone, though, they're 1-2 in the CFL.
Yeah, trying to make the most of those limited opportunities. For sure, nice move there by Terrell Sutton going airborne. Tracy Robertson burst